been, lads? Been looking for you everywhere and just haven't been able to find you for ages. And all of a sudden, I just turned my computer on and there you are. You just sat there waiting. Have you been waiting there for weeks on end?
Well, I've been busting to go for the toilet all this time and I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's been a bit of a while since we've been on, isn't it, Phil?
Yeah, I'm the same. I've been busting for the toilet as well.
Yeah, I've got a bottle down by my leg here. So that's the only way of going while I'm waiting
That's
for you.
nice. I was wondering what that bucket was next to you, Phil.
I don't need a bucket. Anyway, we won't go into that.
Well, it's nice to see you again and discuss your toilet habits. Anyway, that's what That's what I miss. You see about these chats is just learning a little bit more about you. We have got a very exciting show coming up tonight, though, haven't we? And a slightly new format. You're not going to see that on the radio, but you'll see it if you're watching on YouTube or on those things there. So,
well, yeah, I think we get more listeners now because nobody can see our ugly fucking mugs, are they?
Well, speak for yourself, Martin. You know, I think people were tuning in just to look at Phil.
No chance.
But we have
Martin's idea was good. I think Martin's idea was good to get us all replaced with avatars.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a great idea. If only we could find some which were good looking enough. Yeah.
I'll go for Angela Rayner if you don't mind.
Cracking.
Bit of rough. Lovely.
Deary me. We better move on quickly from that, I guess, really. Let's move on. We have got an amazing array of music on tonight, though. We've got some phenomenal tunes kicking out tonight. And we're going to start off with some... Well, again, what you've done, Martin, you normally slip in 2 relatively well-known ones, and you whacked in 3 in this episode, but wow, what choices
you've got your nice bit in the middle for the two bits of bread on the outside and a bit of peanut butter in the middle.
That's lovely. That's lovely. We'll decide whether it's peanut butter or whether it's a piece of ham or salami when we actually get to that song.
See what you think. See what you think.
Yeah. So let's start off with our first slice of sourdough, shall we? So what we got kicking off first?
We have Nitzer Ebb, and I give to you.
Do you? That's nice of you. Well, let's listen to it then, and we'll have a chat about it on the other side. Nitzer Ebb, I give to you.
Take more care, just ask him. When the rain is falling and the wind is calling, when the rain is falling and the wind is calling, I give to you. When the rain is falling and the wind is calling, when the rain is falling and the wind is calling, I give to you. I give you life. I give you life. I give you life. You can't take it all at your beck and call. I will give to you. I will give to you. You can't take it all at your beck and call. I will give to you. 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 I will give to
That was Nitzer Ebb. Is it Nitzer Ebb? I think it is it?
Nitzer Ebb, yeah.
Nitzer
Sounds
Ebb.
like there should be some sort of fascist German group.
Yeah,
but they're
they're
from Essex.
I thought it was a medicated shampoo. Myself, you have to think about that one a bit.
I got it, Phil. But I tell you what was good was that song. What a way to start the show off. That was an
Oh
absolute
yeah,
a proper good
That's a
stomping beat.
banger.
That. So if people don't know
Yeah.
much about Nitzer Ebb, what can you tell us a little bit about Nitzer Ebb?
Well, if Depeche Mode, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Iggy Pop, and Nine Inch Nails had a love child, this would be it.
I agree with that.
So
Yeah.
they are on the Mute record label, and obviously bedfellows with the Depeche Mode, and this is actually produced by Alan Wilder and Flood.
Oh, really?
So
Ah,
you can see the Depeche Mode connection.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool tune, and I know, Phil, because you are the wordsmith amongst us all. You are the poet who does know it. You'll have stuck some words around this.
I certainly have. But before I say my words, I've just got to agree with Martin Eve. I think in the 80s I'd heard Nitzer Ebb a bit, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. But doing this show, I find that doing this show has broadened my musical tastes. And when I've listened to this, I've been
Totally agree.
very pleasantly surprised. Yeah. So anyway, what I've written about it is the track kicks off with drums that slap harder than Will Smith at a wig convention. Then the demented vocals rasp and warble like a wasp in a bottle. An early 90s Berlin Wall crumbling love song of bitter promises.
You know what? That can't be beaten, can it?
Yeah. I don't know if we
Smith at a wig convention.
Stacking the lawsuits up tonight, boys.
Absolutely, yeah, that's it. I'm bankrupt already.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to say after that, Phil. That's just amazing. It's just a perfect review for it, that was. But that is great. So I'm guessing Nitzer Ebb, you'll be able to find that all over the place on the internet.
Absolutely. I don't mean they've been around for about 30 years. And this is a genre of music which I never really. So they classify as EBM, which is electronic body music. So yeah, it's punk, it's industrial and dance melodies and rhythms. So they were inspired by such punk sort of outfits in the late 70s, like Susie and Banshees, Killing Joke, and Bauhaus. So that's where this has come from. Yeah, electronic body music. That's a new one on me.
That's a new one on me. Is it a new one on you?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I don't know whether this is EBB. I doubt it is really, is it? But this is our good friend James Sutton, Neon Alien Life, and I've got to say, James really can put together a good song. He really can. But this is Neon Alien Life with Metric Sleep. So that was Neon Alien Life, Metric Sleep, from our good friend James Sutton. James started his musical career creating stuff just on an iPhone. And I don't know if you've listened to any of the stuff he did on iPhone. It's incredible, some of it. Absolutely amazing what he produced on that. Now, this is a bit more modern piece, I think, and this is probably using his Akai Force and his Chaosilator, I think he's got, that he creates it on there.
I think it's probably today, it's maybe our longest track we've had on the show, because it's almost 10 minutes long. Yeah, I mean, hints of Chicane and Tangerine Dream, where there's the great sequences in it. And yeah, he constructed a great piece of music there, I think.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, the composition of the whole thing was brilliant. But just, and again, got to remember, with nearly all the stuff that's on here tonight, this is one man bands. This is one person creating this whole thing, and he's created an amazing, soundscape of music. I mean, he used soundscape a few times tonight because we have got some other stuff on, but he has created an amazing, evolving soundscape of music, hasn't he, Phil?
Oh yeah, he's very talented. And looking at the title of this track, Metric Sleep. First I thought it said sheep, but no, it was sleep. And I came up with this. I thought it was a song dedicated to a nightmare about having to order things in pounds and ounces again, only to realise that some of the best things in life are divisible by 4. And beats 10 to the bar is a really tricky time signature to get your head around. So thankfully, Neon Alien Life keeps a steady 4 to the floor, keeping a very danceable yet atmospheric track. So I was going into the, metric sleep. Like now we've come out of Europe, we're going a bit pounds and ounces again. And that works in music.
Well, it does, Phil, doesn't it?
Your fours, your quarters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
of course,
Brexit benefit there. I don't want to be controversial or anything.
No,
I knew we'd find one eventually.
No more lawsuits, please.
I knew we'd find one of those benefits eventually, and there it is, Phil. Yeah. So get yourself written to the Daily Mail and let them know. They'll be absolutely over the moon.
It's actually off his album On My Own, which is a mixture of phone tracks, Force tracks, and Cubase tracks. So there you go.
Okay, so he has got some of his phone ones on.
neonalienlife.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, and I don't know whether he specifies which ones are his phone ones, but they are really just, and it just shows what you don't need big, expensive synths and masses of equipment. If you can't afford all that, it doesn't matter. Just get an iPhone or something like that, and then we'll have to check with him what app he used. He did tell me before, but I can't remember what he said it was. But it's just a single app he did those songs on his iPhone, and they're amazing. So yeah, that was brilliant. Thank you very much, James Sutton. Another superb song. Right, we've got this is a new one on me. This is a great song. This is, if you're not singing the chorus and bits of this song for the rest of the week,
goldfish bowl.
Exactly. If you aren't singing out the rest of the week, there's something wrong with you. So this is Chrysalid Homo with Dominic Cole.
Lifeless
Dominic Cole in the goldfish fishbowl. Oh yeah, that was well timed, wasn't it?
You see, look at that. It's almost like
I'm out of editing. We're going to bring that together.
Yeah. This is a boy band nobody wants.
But how catchy was that? That was just so cool. Dominic Cole in a goldfish bowl. And Phil, you did a bit of research and tried to find Dominic Cole on the internet, and you couldn't find anything, could you?
No. I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah. Well, it is.
I was expecting some sort of a spy or something, but no.
Just nothing.
It's been very deep undercover, that's all I can say.
So, Chrysalid Homo didn't give you any background info on this, Martin, did they, about what Dominic Cole's all about?
Not what Dominic Cole's all about, but this is a track from a compilation album called Concrete and Chrome, and it's like a look back to the days of New Romantics, and there's a few well-known artists on there actually appear on this album, but there's 36 tracks, so I've listened to I think all of them, and it was really difficult to choose one from this, but I might choose another one for the next show, because there's such a great selection. I think the band we got coming up later has also got a track on there, but let's say this is the one from this album, and these guys are based in Manchester, but so synthesized sequencers, spoken word, engineered in East Germany, produced industrial heartland of Manchester.
Well, I quite like the name of the band as well, Chrysalid Homo. Chrysalid is a chrysalis, so it's like I don't know. I don't quite know what they're saying there, but I just like the picture I'm seeing in my mind.
But I'd love to hear some more of their stuff. I think I've briefly listened to one or two other tracks, and I think it's well worth getting another track on the show at some other point. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm sure, as always, Phil, you'll have put some word craftsmanship around this for Dominic Cole in a goldfish bowl.
Because it was an amazing track. So I've put the drums are being thrashed by Zebedee from the Magic Roundabout, and the mic for the whole kit is mounted somewhere within the drummer's springy appendage. An android that looks like Gary Newman, but with the brain transplant from John Fox, conducts the band as lead singer laments an old acquaintance, Dominic Cole, in his goldfish bowl.
Well, whilst I was listening to your wonderful words, Phil, I did a little quick bit of Googling, and I've got to say your Googling's rubbish. Jack Reacher, Dominic Cole. I know I'm going to let you off this. I'm going to let you off this because the spelling's different. It's Dominic Cole.
Yeah,
sorry.
I thought that. I looked that up. I thought, Jack Reacher, and it's Dominique. Yeah. So
no, I'll let you off. I'll take back everything I've said and stand very well corrected. I can't find anything on it. You're quite right. So it would be interesting if anybody else knows. Apart from, if you just search for Dominic Cole, then at the bottom of the page there is a video of Dominic Cole from Chrysalid Homo.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Watch the video.
Yeah, little film you can watch there. So that's nice, isn't it? So where can we listen to a little bit more of that then, Martin?
Again, they've got their own Bandcamp page, chrysalidhomo.bandcamp.com. Mm-hmm. The actual compilation series is called Generation Blitz. I think this is a second compilation album, but so the compilation album this comes from is called Concrete and Chrome, and it's the title of the album, and it's Generation Blitz. So golden era of 1979 to 84.
Fantastic, brilliant stuff. Look a bit more up. Couldn't really beat that. And that, again, I'll probably repeat Dominic Cole in a goldfish bowl throughout the whole program tonight. I would imagine, really, as you'll be listening to that in your sleep as well. Let's move on. Try and get that out of your head if you possibly can, because we've got something else. This is beautiful. This is just a wonderful, sweeping soundscape of a song. So let's have a little listen to this. This was from The Closer We Are to Dying. This is Apricity. was The Closer We Are to Dying, Apricity. It's nice. It's a nice warm title for a band, that, isn't it, Phil?
I know.
Closer We Are to Dying. It's lovely.
Title, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, beautiful.
What, The Closer We Are to Dying? Yeah. It wasn't quite what I was thinking, to be honest. I was always thinking it's a bit morose. But the song itself.
Closer this show is to dying.
Exactly. Yes. Oh dear me! But the song was beautiful and a wonderful, evolving. I mean, again, it's the soundscape word again for tonight. It's just a beautiful piece of music that really was. Where have we had these from?
It's Terry Lane, who is the man behind The Closer We Are to Dying. He's based in Kent, and I was lucky to meet up with him a couple of weeks ago because he was holidaying just up the road from us. He came round to the house, and we went for a walk together, had a lovely chat about music. Brilliant. And discovered that we were probably born a few miles from each other, and he's about 2 months apart in age, and so we had a great chat. I've listened to a few so it's a concept EP from Apricity and Other Rare Wintry Words. It's as the EP or album.
Brilliant.
And so every track seems to have that sort of beautiful sort of edgy soundscape feel to it. And I'm going to use a sort of term I'm going to use it probably again later, is generative music, and I think that's something I'm looking into, and a lot of people are getting into this sort of music. What this music seems to be doing is it's like evolving. There's a lot of people who actually write music, particularly obviously with the modular stuff. Modular gear can actually just evolve, and just obviously with software as well, you can have AI music. So that's got that feel to it. And the other thing, he's part of a label called UmbrellaConcrete.com, right, and which also can be found on Bandcamp. So and another good friend of ours who's been on the show is called Thierry Holweck, who we've had some music, and he's associated with that as well. Well,
there's a thing.
There we go.
And I'll tell you what, isn't Apricity not a nice name for a song? And I've just looked it up, and I wish I'd looked it up before I'd listened to the song. Because do you know what apricity means?
What?
It's the warmth of the sun in winter. And what a lovely thought that is, isn't it? As you were listening to that song, in that cold winter's day, and you get that warmth of the sun coming across you, that little bit of apricity.
It's not a shortened word for a pretty city.
No, it's not, Martin, no.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure, Phil, you knew that was the meaning of that word anyway, because you are like Dictionary Corner. We should actually call it, we should have Phil's Dictionary Corner, is what we should have from now on. Perhaps a good idea, that, because I've got a word I had to look up that I put in myself. I had to look it up again because I forgot what it meant. But I've had a bit of muppetry on this track, because I thought The Closer We Are to Dying was the title of the song, so it's affected me. Yeah, it's affected my review, but we'll give it a go anyway. It makes sense anyway. So, at first glance, the title of the song, The Closer We Are to Dying, which isn't the title of the song, was a song about an old T-shirt that was due for the tie-dye treatment to get a few months of wear out of it. But no, the sea of synth string swirls, eddies and gentle filter sweeps evokes a world and images and feelings that lie between this world and the next. The place where no cars go, as the Arcade Fire would say.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's good.
I know that.
That's good. I see what you've done there. That's very good. That's very good. That is Phil. Phil, are we gonna have any more? Can I have my ball backs at any point?
No, I don't think there is. Can I have my ball back one?
Fantastic words as always, Phil. Where can we find a little bit more of that from?
Umbrella Concrete.
You just told us. Yeah.
UmbrellaConcrete.com. It's like the overarching label that's based in London and Kent. There are a few artists on there, and there's also a Bandcamp a link to it as well. So yeah, obviously it's a play on words. Umbrella Concrete. You can't have Umbrella Concrete. So I think that's a bit of a jokey sort of name.
Look it up, listen to more, but we've got more songs to listen to. We can't just sit chatting about this one all night, Martin.
We can't. Well, no, we can't. No. We have to move on.
We do. And next up, we've got, I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly, Solkatze.
Solkatze, I think, is I would say, yeah.
Polecats, yeah. And this is Highway to Cassiopeia. So that was Solkatze, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Highway to Cassiopeia, and I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Highway to Cassiopeia, that's a nice name for a song, isn't it, Martin?
It is.
It is.
Apparently it's a constellation in
it
the
is
northern sky.
It is.
You've been there. Yeah.
I have, and it's named after the vain queen Cassiopeia, mother of Andromeda in Greek mythology. Sure, you knew that anyway.
Funny, I was just about to say that.
You Googled the same page, did you? So don't worry, we're coming over to Dictionary Corner in a minute, Phil.
A bit like Tiswas and Compost Corner. Compost Corner.
Oh, dear me. Well, and this did take us back to the 80s talking about Tiswas.
Oh, yeah.
This was a very 80s type of tune, wasn't it? And fantastic synth solos. And it was just you could literally be in 1984 listening to this.
James Corbett is the artist, and he's based in Holywell. was where the band did playing on Saturday, actually. So I hope you might turn up. I don't know. But it was on a D-side radio show, a guy called Adam Boucher, I don't know if I pronounced that right. And he interviewed him. And I thought, let's have a listen to some of his stuff. And he's very into synth. And as you say, yeah, great synth solos, very sort of Billy Currie-esque in its nature. Yeah. So so James. Yeah. So James is only just up the road, up the coast.
Right.
In North Wales.
Sooty and Sweep. No, that was Matthew Corbett. That was Matthew Corbett. That was. Yeah, and Harry H. Corbett, I think. Was it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. God.
Yeah. Did he get done for? Did he get done for putting hands up animals' bums and things? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Up Sue's bum.
It's good to see you bringing us down to our usual level. That's excellent. Phil, you can bring us back up a level again when we move over to Phil's Dictionary Corner.
Phil's Big Dictionary Corner.
Yeah, because this is a bit of a saga, this one, so I've got to be careful. I'll read it. A frantic mouse dances a hectic arpeggio on a hot steel ukulele string, only to be chased off by a latter-day shadows. But you can't keep a mad mouse down for long, and he soon reappears again. A crazed guitar solo ensues, played by an android that looks like Hank Marvin, but contains the brain of Mark Knopfler. The android is soon joined by another android that looks like Gary Newman, but contains the brain of John Fox. But not for long. In the end, the mouse is forgiven, and they all play on in harmony.
Yeah, well, some great sort of guitar parts in that as well, wasn't there?
There was some guitar parts in there.
Yeah.
I think that's your best review yet, Phil. It's fantastic.
It's completely mental. Sorry about that, folks. It's a positive one, by the way, Solkatze. It is positive.
Well, again, everything. We wouldn't be playing it unless we thought it was amazing.
Absolutely,
that's right.
Absolutely. We do it and we all understand the amount of work and effort that goes into these songs as well, because we also do this ourselves to varying 100%. Degrees of ability.
James's tracks are generally sort of they're on commercial, so they're on Spotify and Amazon Music and YouTube Music. So yeah, you'll find his music on there.
Okay. Now, coming up now, we've got something extra special. I'm not going to do much on this one because this is Martin that's arranged this. But Martin, we've got an exclusive, haven't we?
Oh yeah, I am. Can you tell how excited I am?
Well, because I can't see you, Martin. Not anymore.
Oh yeah, we can't see us anymore. Yeah. A band, an act from sort of the early 90s. Well, they had a big hit in the charts with Talking With Myself. Got into the top 30 in 1990, and this is Electribe 101. And I've been so lucky to actually communicate with Billy Ray Martin, who's the lead singer, and she sent us one of the singles, which is called Space Oasis. This is from the second album, which has just been released, which was meant to be released back in the 90s, but never happened. This is finally got released earlier this year. And so this is Space Oasis.
Fantastic. Let's have a listen. you know what? That was worth the wait, though, wasn't it? You know, they've been holding that back all this time. How good was that? That was amazing. Oh, yeah. That's a little bit M people.
Yeah. It's very soulful. Yeah, I mean, she has an amazing voice. Sort of Lisa Stansfield comes to mind for me.
Yeah, I'd buy into that. Yeah, she has got a beautiful voice, absolutely amazing. I don't know that much about Electribe 101. Is this a band, or is she doing this on her own?
I'm not too sure now. You know, where obviously like Mick Hucknall, Simply Red mainly is Mick Hucknall now. I'm not, because sometimes artists become the band because some of the band have left or whatever. But I believe they were a band back then, and so I'm not too sure, to be honest, but whether obviously there were musicians involved, but whether they're full time, I'm not sure.
Okay, but it is amazing and superb. So Phil, come on. Help me out of my word cul-de-sac here, and let's get back into
I know you like this, Phil,
corner.
didn't you?
Phil's Big Dictionary Corner.
Yeah. After the rambling review, the last one, this is more punchy and to the point.
Okay.
So I've put the wheezing bass joins the thumping bass, joins the club drums, joins the synth chords, joins the sensual songstress to create a love train supreme. Next stop, Ecstasy Central.
Oh.
Which was ecstasy was a big word in the 1990s. I don't know exactly why it was so popular, but there you go. It would seem to be associated with this type of music. That's all I'm saying.
Ebenezer Good, sort of. He's a good.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That sort of time.
Good old Ebenezer Good.
Yeah. Cracky, who was that now? That was.
What was it? I could climb every mountain.
That's on the same album.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Crikey. How old are we?
What was it called?
How old are we that we can't remember that?
My memory, it's not the blooming.
Boss Drum was the album. Oh, give us a group. Come on.
What's the group called? Not the Prodigy.
No, I can see his face.
Short name, wasn't it?
The Shaman.
That's it, yeah. Shame on you.
Shame on us.
Shame on us.
Yeah, you can edit that out.
Yeah,
they won't even notice that we've got dementia.
Right, come on, let's move on before everybody turns off, including us. Right, okay, right. So we'll just kick into the next one, and this is Jesse James Allen. But what we're going to do actually is he sent us a video which is describing a little bit about what we're going to listen to here. So we'll have a listen to the video first. Actually, we'll show the video. People watching on YouTube can see it. And then we'll listen to the song afterwards. So this is Jesse James Allen, Viking 1.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. All right, before I get into it, I just wanted to say the Viking 1 story that you're about to hear is one of 10 mission stories from my new album, Stories from Our Soul. Now, last year, if you remember, I gave a narrative about the Huygens mission landing on the moon of Titan from Cassini, a musical tribute. But this year, I'm going to hand off the storytelling to somebody infinitely more qualified. His name is Dr. Joshua Caldwell. He was a co-investigator on the actual Cassini mission. He is the professor of physics at the University of Central Florida, and he is the host of the space podcast, Walk About the Galaxy. But before we head off to Mars, let's talk about music quickly. The whole project was created in Reaper. This is my favorite digital audio workstation since my days at Electronic Arts. The main overall sound for Viking 1 came from the legendary New England Digital Synclavier, replicated by Arteria as a VST. This is such an extraordinary instrument to use. One of my favorites for pads was the Roland Super JX emulation by IK Multimedia, known as DCOX. Arteria Pigments 3 was the Swiss Army knife for much of this album, actually. For the big arpeggios, I used the Air Hybrid. The UVI version of the classic Korg DSS-1 supports some of the pad movements in the second movement of the track. The Native Instruments massive synth adds the fatness before we hear the big breakdown as Viking lands on Mars. The Native Instruments Scarby bass provided all the low end in the very opening part of the track. Percussion was done with Native Instruments Battery 4 and the Splash Sound Epic Percussion. As far as the mix, one of the secret ingredients was the IK tape emulator that runs a emulation of the Ampex 456 through kind of an Otari deck type sound for some 70s analog vibes. And that's pretty much it. Let's prepare for launch.
The Soviet Union successfully landed on Mars back in 1971, but unfortunately the craft, named Mars 3, didn't transmit a clear image of what was on the surface before it fell silent. In this era, with 21 missions to Mars, we still had this huge question: was there life there? NASA had another spacecraft racing for Mars, launched by a Titan rocket on August 20th, 1975. With its sister craft launching in September, they called it the Viking mission. We reached out across millions of miles to this fascinating world. On July 20th, 1976, Viking 1 entered the atmosphere at nearly 18,000 miles per hour. The atmosphere of Mars is 100 times thinner than Earth's. So in under 7 minutes, we had to slow this craft down to 4.5 miles per hour for a soft landing with very little air to break its speed. The landing was a delicate dance between a supersonic detachable parachute and a thruster-enabled lander that can throttle down less than 2 miles from the surface. As our team stared at the monitors moments after it was announced we landed, a joyous eruption raced across mission control as the data streams built the first images from the surface of Mars before our eyes. We have not found life on Mars, but Viking 1 transmitted until 1982 and set the stage for all Mars missions to follow, and the search continues.
Jesse James Allen, Viking 1. What a fascinating guy. He's sent us a video before, isn't he?
Oh, yes. His previous album was about Cassini, the Cassini spacecraft that went to Jupiter, was it? And the moons around Jupiter. But this is all about the Viking 1 spacecraft that went to Mars, I think.
Right.
And obviously he explains that in his video about the narrator was somebody who was involved with the Viking 1 project, I think.
Right.
But yeah, amazing music, and he uses quite a few libraries that I use and for some of his creations. But I love what he does.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely amazing. To me, it had a bit of a public service broadcasting feel about it. And I can't remember what the album's called, but the album where there's all the moon landings and all the trips to the moon. I'll look it up whilst we're chatting here.
Yeah, I'll have to. I've got one or two of their albums. Yeah.
But if you haven't listened to that one, it's just brilliant. It really is superb. But it really did have a very similar feel to this for me. And that, again, it's not comparing and saying it's like it. It's just saying that I felt an influence in there. Did you, Phil? Was it just me?
Yeah, well, I've actually given Martin Eves Covers Band a plug in my latest review for this one.
Phil's Big Dictionary Corner.
So I've put when science meets art in a supernova explosion of information and entertainment, you get an epic H.G. Wellian symphony of the kind that graces only the most star-spangled of blockbusters' closing credits, and that's this track. Fantastic.
That's good. Yeah.
That is good.
Supernova mentioned in there, of course, Martin.
Yeah, I'll pay you later, Phil.
Available for bar mitzvahs and
funerals,
weddings, and
mostly funerals. Yeah.
Check it out on YouTube, folks. On Facebook.
But he's a fascinating guy, Jesse James Allen, isn't he? What a talented guy as well.
We will probably do a cover of A Closer We Are Dying for the funeral.
Yes.
But again, if people want to listen to more Jesse James Allen, where can they find that?
Yeah, you can get Jesse James Allen at .bandcamp.com, and you can hear some of his other stuff on there. But as we were saying before, he was a former video game composer, and you can see why, can't you?
No, absolutely. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that's superb. And we really appreciate you sending us through the video, just telling us about that as well. So that's, it just adds so much flavour to the whole thing.
Yeah, and he's certainly he's a friend of the show now, and a friend of the show, mate, and he's a good supporter of our Pulsate community as well.
Absolutely.
Good man.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So thank you very much. Yeah, I looked up that public service broadcasting. It's The Race for Space is called the album.
Okay, I'll look that one up.
All right.
Listen to that. It's
we'll look that up,
really Yeah, I'm sure you'll like that. If you like that, Jesse James Allen, you'll like that. So we're going to go into another friend of the show now, our good friend Tim Lewin, who is the instrument inventor. So if you haven't found about Tim Lewin before, have a look on our Facebook page, and also on the Only Human Facebook page. You find a little bit of stuff he does on there. He puts some videos up and things like that, and he makes these amazing inventions of pieces of instrumentation, which he makes out of all sorts of booze bottles and things. And he's an absolute genius. So we're going to play one of his now, and we'll chat about it on the other side. So this is Tim Lewin, Commodore Dreams, My Circuit Soul. Go on. Right, that was Tim Lewin, Commodore Dreams, My Circuit Soul Will Go On. He is the chip tune-tastic king, isn't he?
He certainly is. Yeah, never a dull tune with Tim. It's always a good, happy 80s Commodore sort of feel to it, as the title suggests.
Well, indeed. And he's got, because he was going to do you remember we spoke to him ages ago, and he was going to do something like 64 songs or something like that, wasn't it? He was going to.
That's right, yeah.
And I think that was based around Commodore 64, so he was going to whack 64 songs out.
64 songs.
Yeah. Yeah, and I say, if you haven't looked up a bit of Tim Lewin before, have a look on our Facebook page or have a look on the Only Human Facebook page. And Tim quite often posts stuff up on there, and he has created some amazing musical instruments. He made some out of some Penderyn whiskey bottles, I think it was. He's recently done some out of some Aldi gin bottles, I think it was he did recently. And he makes these amazing, I don't know, what would you call it, a xylophone? I don't know what you'd call it. But it's like a big, it's not an organ, is it? What is it? What are those things he makes?
Well, it's like it's a big, like a huge xylophone, sort of made out of all sorts of things, and or piano, but made out. Yeah, it's just it's insane, but it's a genius, and it's bonkers, but it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Tim Machine, not Tin Machine with David Bowie.
Tim Machine, yeah. Absolutely.
No, I've done a tribute track called The Incredible Mechanical Tim Machine.
It's brilliant. Yeah, I heard it.
I've got to do based on the mouse organ.
Oh, amazing! Have you really? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Tim
I was going to ask him if I can put it on the Only Human page or something.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And I'm halfway through my sword swinging robot track as well.
Hey, look at that.
I've been doing that for about a year.
Are you doing sort of tracks for? So are you going to do a Citizen Fly track too? So you got to sound like Citizen Fly, then do a Fourth Eden track, so sound like Fourth Eden.
No, I can't do anything that doesn't sound like just me trying to be upbeat, but actually coming out with a miserable song. That's usually what mine end up like. And everybody goes, "Oh, you seem so happy."
Yeah. Why you could do a concert album. This is Feel Good, all sounding like Soul Springer Robot.
So where can we listen to more Tim Lewin? I'm not sure where he actually posts stuff.
I don't. He's quite elusive at the moment.
He is.
So I'm not sure.
I think there's a bit of YouTube stuff,
there's maybe a bit of YouTube stuff. The instrument inventor or something, isn't it?
Yeah, the instrument inventor.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But I'm sure if you do a bit of Googling, and I'll do a bit in the background now in case I come across something, but if you do a bit of Googling, you'll be able to find some stuff on him out there. If you do search for instrument inventor or a search for Tim Lewin, you'll find something out there. And it's all very good stuff from Tim, always is.
It is.
So, and if you'll actually look in our back catalogue, we did do an interview with Tim way back when, a couple of years ago, I think it was, in one of the first shows we did as Pulse 8, was it? I can't remember. Anyway, there is an interview in the archive there somewhere or other, I think somewhere. But anyway, thank you very much, Tim, as always. Great songs, and you do push some other songs through for us, and we'll play as many as we can, Tim. Right, okay, let's move on. Right, this is tell you what, this is right up my street. This is right down me cavernous alleyway. So this is what? Hey? Right, so this is Sonar 4. This is Just a Girl.
They push you, they pull you, it's what they do. They distract you, attack you, you let them. They break you, they beat you, it's what they do. They lie to you, deceive you, you let them. I can see you hiding from the world. There's no point in trying, you're just a girl. They will keep on lying, shading the truth. Now you're feeling nothing, just confused. You're distract you. It's what they do. They mock you. They shock you. You let them. I can see you hiding from the world. There's no point in trying. You're just a girl. They will keep on lying, shading the truth. Now you're feeling nothing, just confused. You're just a girl. You're just a girl. They do. They distract you, attack you. Don't let them. They confuse you, abuse you. They test you. Compliance, defiance. Which one are you?
That was Sonar 4, Just a Girl. What a big, stomping, throbbing, Sisters of Mercy-ish sort of song that was. That was just crackerjack, that was. That did not get you moving in your seat, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, Depeche Mode comes to mind for me. A bit of Gary Newman in there.
Yeah.
They've been formed 2020. A reunion of two former members of a group called Static Icon, a guy called Warren Bullock and Timo Jalkanen. So I'm not sure where they're based or whether they're virtual. Obviously, Jalkanen sounds Scandinavian, I imagine. So I'm not too sure where they're actually based. So yeah, influences are Depeche Mode, Soft Cell, and artists of the 80s and 90s. So yeah, probably Sisters of Mercy probably covers that as well.
So are they from the region where you were standing in a discotheque, with smoking your cigarette and listening to your CD player, or are they not?
Come out with it again.
What? In Holland?
It's all the same. It's all the same accent around that region, isn't it? You know, it is what I do it anyway.
That's it. That's the rest. We have just offended the Scandinavian community and the Dutch community at the same time.
Yep. I can cover a whole region. Very easy. Very easy. Yeah. But that is super. Where can we listen to a little bit more Sonar 4?
Yeah, sonar4.bandcamp.com.
Easy enough.
You'll find them. And I think they also had a track on that album that I mentioned earlier, which is called, if I can remember rightly, the Concrete and Chrome album. So I think they have a track on there as well. And there's a number of versions of this Just for Girl. And so this is the album version. So there's all sorts of mixes. But yeah, great track, well produced. Yeah.
Is it time for Dictionary Corner?
Yeah.
Probably, isn't it?
Dictionary Corner.
We do need to get a little jingle for you, Phil.
Well,
Dictionary Corner.
I'll have to do a jingle.
Phil's Big Dictionary Corner.
Yeah, I've put the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in musical form kicks off this ode to obsession about a particular girl with a lot of problems that seems to originate with people unknown. But is it them or is it her? That is the question. Aggressive but entertaining stuff.
Oh,
is it them or is it her? That is the question.
Well, that's very true. It's all about Amber Heard, isn't it? Yeah.
So it was a few days ago that I listened to the song. So must be something in the lyrics that.
I must admit I didn't really listen to the lyrics. Obviously, I felt the vibe of the the sort of early '80s electronica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love the general thumping, stompingness of that song. It was just brilliant. It really was amazing. Oh, do you know what we got now? So it is indeed Martin's Monster. This is very exciting. And again, I always expect Martin Monsters to be something like the last one, which is going to be a stomper and a banger and all the rest of it. And quite often they're not. There's something very different indeed. Well, I'm not going to give too much away there, Martin. But this is lovely. So this is Jon Downs, and this is the second. Well, that was Martin's Monster, Jon Downs the second. What a beautiful, slow landscape, just soundscape of everything. It was like an evolving mass of sound that just kind of floated over you. It was just absolutely beautiful, Martin.
Just
Where did you get that
evolved.
from? Yeah.
This is my good buddy, John. We were at school together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Hey.
So we've been mates for many years now, and when he was here last year, he played this track to me. I said, "Oh, it's beautiful, John. That is. That's absolutely." So we'll have to get that on the show. So finally, it's on, and he is one of my best buddies, and it's being the monster is it's no coincidence. Okay, he's one of my best buddies, but it deserves it. It really does.
Yeah,
just beautiful piece of music, and again, it's that sort of generative sort of music where it evolves. I actually heard a bit of because there's some beautiful human voice in it. It reminded me of a track by John Fox called "The Garden," from his album "The Garden," with the human host sort of sound to it. But the ethereal vocals, quite John Hopkins as well, I think.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and some reason, even though we always have a laugh with me and him, because I obviously write quite melodic stuff, and he likes doing some very atmospheric stuff. But it actually did remind me of my track Ascension, which I think you guys actually quite liked a couple of years ago. Yeah, because that's sort of thing. It sort of evolved. So it
was to do a collab.
Well, that's a good idea, isn't it, Phil?
Collaboration there.
Yeah,
we wrote stuff in the 80s together. We called ourselves Precinct 13 in the 80s. We did a few things together.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic. Well, come on, Phil. Is it time for Phil's Dictionary Corner?
Go on, then.
Phil's Big Dictionary Corner.
It is, and I've sort of echoed a bit what Martin's been saying there, because I've put modular-esque clicks and clanks provide brittle foundation to otherworldly chords as a synthetic bird pecks amongst the seeds of a melody at the feet of a chiffon-clad songstress who dances like Kate Bush on halothane. That's my new word, folks. Halothane.
Oh, I like that.
A hypnagogic delight.
Oh, I like that as well.
So a couple of things to ask about that. So what was it? Cellophane? What was it?
Halothane.
Halothane. What's that? What does that mean?
That's it's a anaesthetic.
Oh, that's a new word.
An anaesthetic gas.
And did you say something about shitty shoes in there as well?
Yes.
I'm sure, right?
Maybe it's sure right.
I thought he said shit something or other. I thought that's a bit rich, isn't it?
Chiffon clad.
Oh, that was
shit on clad. I thought you said that.
Not shitty shoes songstress. No, chiffon clad songstress.
Oh, right.
Look, Benak, I wouldn't be so rude.
That's my poor hearing. That is. 3 bottles of beer. What? Jump off the end of the pier? Yeah. I do need to get my hearing tested. But that was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. That was superb. So again, if I've already asked you this, Martin, forgive me, but where can we find more Jon Downs?
Well, he's only got 2 tracks up online. That one and another one.
And another one, right?
And another one. Another one. You can find him on Spotify. So I don't think. I think he might be. I think he might have something on SoundCloud as well. But jondowns.com will actually take you to his main website, because he's mainly a photographer.
Right. Okay.
So jondowns.com.
Brilliant.
So you get some nice photography pictures there, landscapes and models.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Well, that was you can't see it. A different little lovely face then. But so that was an amazing piece of music there. And can you believe it? We're on to our last song. This is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
How fast has this gone? But what a way to end the evening. So we'll talk about it again on the other side, as we always do. This is Ulrich Schnauss, A Letter from Home. Well, das ist sehr gut. That was Ulrich Schnauss, A Letter from Home. That was just brilliant, wasn't it? The depth inside that song there.
At last, we've got an Ulrich Schnauss track on the show. One of my heroes. One of many heroes, but this in the past 20 years, a bit like John Hopkins for me. This is right up there with Ulrich Schnauss.
Well, of course, famously part of Tangerine Dream.
I know. Yeah,
I know.
Only recently.
Yeah.
He joined. Well, he joined the band Engineers, which is sort of like a post-rock band, in 2010, as well as obviously being renowned for his solo stuff, and then joined Tangerine Dream in 2014. Yeah,
exactly. And you see, when I was looking him up, I was thinking, he's only a young lad, born in 1977. But then, of course, you forget just because we were all born in the 60s doesn't mean that everybody else was born in the 60s.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, Phil.
Yeah, I have.
You have. I'm sure you have.
The dictionary corner.
Go on, off you go.
Right, a 2 skipping rope beat loops round whilst various participants await their turn to hop into the whipping lines and add their individual and collective embellishments to the rhythmic glory. Short but sweet, that one.
Well,
it was
fabulous.
Yeah.
But as always, Phil, just perfectly put together. Sorry, I'm Googling in the background whilst I'm doing this. So there we go. Got it. Wörterbuch Ecke.
I'm sorry?
Wörterbuch Ecke. Dictionary corner.
Oh, I see. I see you did there.
Yeah, and I think you're probably in German. Do you put the name after it? I can't remember. Wörterbuch Ecke Phil. I think probably.
Ulrich Schnauss can be found everywhere, and he's got his own website, Ulrich-Schnauss.com.
There we go. Simple as that. There we go. And I'm sure we can find a lot more on there. Fantastic song to end the evening off, Martin. What a night we've had of exciting music, haven't we? So we started off the night with, and we've been around the world a little bit as well, and around North Wales, and around Cheshire. Started off with Nitzer Ebb, I Give to You. Then we went with good old friend James Sutton, friend of the show, Neon Alien Knife, with Metric Sleep. It wasn't sheep, Phil, it was sleep. Then we had Chrysalid Homo with Dominic Cole in a bowl. Goldfish bowl. The Closer We Are to Dying, we had them with Apricity, beautiful soundscape. Solkatze, Highway to Cassiopeia, which was that lovely, great 80s synth solos inside there. Electribe 101, yes, indeed. Space Oasis, who'd have thought that? Jesse James Allen, Viking 1, fantastic video from Jesse James Allen there as well. Thank you very much indeed for sending that through and giving us a little bit of background around that. That was just a beautiful piece of music. Then we had our good friend Tim Lewin, Commodore Dreams, which is another great chip-tuney piece from Tim. Then we jumped into Sonar for Just a Girl. What that big stomping throbbing song that was. Then we had your good friend, which was Martin's Monster, Martin, which was Jon Downs the second. We finished off with Ulrich Schnauss, A Letter from Home, where Phil did some fantastic words in his Wörterbuch Ecke to end the evening off. Well, what a show, boys. And I've got to say, that was worth waiting for, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
It was.
Great selection. Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Indeed. Well done, Martin, for pulling all that together. Phil, as always, well done for pulling in your Wörterbuch Ecke to bring those songs to life with your words.
Phil's Big Dictionary Corner.
Painting pictures with words.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
That's nice, isn't it? So there we go.
What's chores?
3 pints and a bag of nuts. Yeah.
Don't go there.
Yeah. Right. And sadly, it's come to that point of the night, Martin. Now, come on. You've had a big break now. You had a little bit of a rest. So do you want to give us a big goodbye and just see for once if you can just do it right?
I'm going to try it in a Nitzer Ebb way.
No.
Bye!
Oh, it's aggressive. I'm going to give you an 8.7 for aggression on that one, Phil.
Farewell, dear heart.
Oh, I've got a little tear in my eye now. That should make me slightly emotional. Give you a 9.8 for that. You've lost again, Martin. Obviously. That's it. We'll see you again next time, hopefully. Stay safe out there.
See you guys.
Keep listening. Bye.
Come on a bit.
Close 8 Radio.
Close 8 Radio. Close 8 Radio. Pulse 8 Radio.